Hey everyone, it's been a long time since I've done a video of book recommendations, and so today is just that. I want to give you guys 10 book recommendations as part of my 1000 books to read before kindergarten series. And today's theme is going to be autumn and seasons in general. Let's just go ahead and hop right into it. All right, the first book that I have here is actually a Halloween specific book, but I love it. We discovered it this year and it is called Pick a Pumpkin. This book is very sweet. You follow a family and they go to a pumpkin patch and they're exploring and finding the perfect pumpkin together. Once they find their perfect pumpkins, they bring them home, they carve them, they scoop out the seeds, and then eventually you get to Halloween and you can see the pumpkins decorating their porch and all of their neighbors have their pumpkins out as well. But I really, really like this book. It's very sweet, it's very simple, and to me, the length is like absolutely perfect for these younger years. It's like a great bedtime story. And it's not too scary or spooky, but it really gets you into that Halloween cozy kind of mood. I love it. All right, this next book is one of my favorite books, you guys. It is called Too Many Pumpkins, and this tells the story of Rebecca Estelle, who really, really does not like pumpkins. And one day, a truck is driving by her property, and a pumpkin rolls off the truck onto her land. And she decides to just forget about this pumpkin, so she buries it and walks away. But the pumpkin is not going to be forgotten, of course not. So lo and behold, a year later, Rebecca Estelle finds herself to her ears in pumpkins. And so she takes something that she really doesn't like and decides to turn them into good things that she can share with her neighbors and friends. And it's a great story of community, of reconsidering and reevaluating things that you maybe don't care for. So giving things a second chance. And I really, really do enjoy that story. The next story here is very simple. It's perfect for younger audiences. It's called One Windy Day, and this is a story of opposites. It follows this mail carrier who's a wolf, and he has these letters, and this wind comes in and it throws the letters everywhere, up and down, in and out. There are not very many words in this book at all, and from a parent perspective, it feels so simplistic. But there's a lot of beauty in that simplicity. My kids loved this book and exploring the ups and downs and following the letters. It's very simple, it's a fast read, and it's definitely targeted for those younger readers. This next book we also really enjoyed. It's called Let It Fall, and it follows these kids who explore the autumn season. So they're going back to school, they're raking leaves, they're going to farmers markets, they're picking pumpkins and just exploring their area in the autumn. They see the animals are starting to hibernate and get ready for winter, and it does end with that first snow leading from the autumn into the winter season. But it's really good. It's very simple. Again, it's one of those books that my kids absolutely loved, and it's perfect for younger readers. The next book that I would recommend is called Love and Hugs Fall. This is actually part of a series that go through each season, but we really enjoy the fall book the most. And it follows Squirrel and a bunch of his friends, and Squirrel just loves autumn. So they get to enjoy a lot of the autumn things that, are again pretty typical to the season. So they actually go and they pick pumpkins, they play with leaves, they just enjoy the season, they transition from that fall into winter, and it's all about that coziness and embracing the typical autumn season. But the pictures are absolutely beautiful. We love the pictures in that book. This next book recommendation is meant for a little bit on the older side of this age range here, but it is called Why Do Leaves Change Color? This is a level 2 book in the Let's Read and Find Out Science book series, which is a really good series. We highly recommend it. But this one just explores the simple question of why do leaves change color? It goes into how leaves are structured, why they change. It shows beautiful pictures from them transitioning, and my kids really enjoyed it. We picked this one up because my older one specifically was asking, but why? He was asking why all the time, and this was a great one to explore in the fall. The next one that I have here is lovely. It is called Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn, and it shows a little boy who is exploring the end of summer, and it's just starting to change into autumn. So this is a perfect book to explore in that transition period between these two seasons. But anyway, he goes through and he's starting to notice some differences. The wind starts to pick up, things get a little bit chillier, the nights start to get darker earlier, and the days darker in the morning. And it's really, really interesting. I really enjoy it. So he starts in summer, and each page is going to represent a small incremental change that occurs as things transition into autumn. And by the very end, he comes out and he's like, oh, well, hello, autumn. like, oh, you're here. I wasn't expecting that. But you realize there are all these small clues that autumn is coming, and it's a really nice book. The next three books are books about seasons in general and do cover autumn, but they're not only about autumn. So the first book here is going to be Millie Mae Through the Seasons. We loved this book, especially when my kids were a little bit younger. Millie Mae is just going to show you what 4 of her days are like, one in each season, and you can kind of see the differences in the weather, the clothes that they're putting on, what the colors are in each of these small different season snippets. And it's a very simple book. It's lovely, and it's a fun book to compare, what is Millie doing in summer versus what is Millie doing in winter or autumn. It's a nice book, and I really enjoy it. Very simple. Next one here is The Year at Maple Hill Farm. Here you are actually going to go month by month on a farm and see what is done each month in a farm setting. So you'll see the difference between what they do in the summer versus autumn, and you can see the seasonal changes. You can see how it affects the farm, and you can see month by month. Now this book does contain a lot more text. It's definitely a little bit heftier on the quantity of words, but it is a very fun book to just paw over and read through and enjoy. And often what we would often do is pick it up and specifically look at the month we were in or the season that we were in, so we can kind of get an idea what was happening on Maple Hill Farm for that exact time that we were living. But it is a lovely book and great illustrations. All right, and the last book that I'm going to be recommending today is from the Brown Bear Woods series. This is called If You Go Down to the Woods Today. This is an I Spy book, and it is absolutely beautiful. The illustration style is very reminiscent of things like Brambley Hedge, for example, or even Beatrix Potter in a way. There's a lot of detail in these pictures, but not too much. It's not too overwhelming. The colors are very soft. The story is sweet. There's an underlying story as you read through. But essentially, you're going to be pulled into Bear's world, and you are going to be finding his friends, things that are happening, etc. in these different seasons of Bear's life. And it's absolutely lovely. It's beautiful and cute and very whimsical. My kids loved going through this I Spy. And that is it, you guys. Just 10 simple books I wanted to recommend to you today. Make sure you check out in the link. I have a Google Sheet to the 1,000 books to read before kindergarten sheet that I am creating, and I'm putting these books in here. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any favorites in autumn, and I will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.